Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friendship Dawn podcast. It is the week of March 20th, 2022, and with me here today, or I'm Ivan, and with me here today is my wonderful friend. I always want to introduce you first.
That's very selfless of you. I'm Skylar.
All right.
You're naturally putting others before yourself.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, it's entirely what my job is about. I'm there to give people money. That's obviously why Cena hires me.
It is one thing that is possible for you to do at your job any given day.
Yeah.
In theory.
Anyways, the card of the day is Kyoki, Sanity's Eclipse.
What the fuck?
It's 4 BB for a legendary creature, Demon Spirit. Whenever you play a spirit or arcane spell, target opponent removes a card in his or her hand from the game. 6/4. This thing was probably busted and limited,
Whoa.
but
This is a cool ass card.
yeah. You know, in the original Kamigawa, all the permanents, all the rare permanents were legendary.
Huh. No, I didn't.
It was the theme of the set.
Actually, you probably told me this because it sounds a little familiar.
Yeah.
But like,
So it's when they
That's
learned
cool.
that the theme of your set needs to be recognizable.
is legendary not recognizable?
The problem is, one, legendary creatures, like as you can see on this card, used to look the same as normal creatures, right?
Oh, that's right.
And
Yeah.
what happens if you open up a sorcery as your rare?
It's not a legendary.
Right. What happens if in your next pack you open up an instant as your rare?
You still have yet to open up a legendary.
Yeah. All right. You can open pretty easily 4 packs in a row, receive one legendary creature,
Oof.
and then do you know the set's about legendary creatures?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I was saying, this was probably a destroyer in limited.
That sounds about right. Like, it's like every kind of random, like, spirit or arcane card that just like a 2 mana, like 1/2 that happens to be a spirit.
Yeah,
You just play.
I don't know if it was this set or Savers of Kamigawa. There was also a Hand Matters theme where where people would just like skip their third land drop some amount of the time
In limited?
in limited,
Just to.
so you would be winning on the Hand Matters front.
There were cards that are like. Activate this ability only if you have a hand of cards or something?
Or like creatures that say this creature can only attack if you have more cards in your hand than your opponent.
Oy vey.
Or a lot of it was you have more cards in your hand than your opponent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think there were a couple that are like if you have 7 or more cards in your hand, but like basically,
I think it's really strange that this card is a 6/4.
what?
I don't know. Why are its power and toughness unequal? Is it so that it's easier to remove from the like game because its ability is oppressive?
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
just a
He
weird
seems
design
like
space.
he's like he's trying to eat away at people's sanity. He's pretty aggro, you know.
Yeah. I guess I don't know. Weird.
It's especially weird now that they've done the change where black creatures normally have more toughness and power. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess they were still gun shy about making a 6 mana 6/6.
oh yeah, this creature was almost undoubtedly the biggest thing in the format.
Oh no. Oh god.
I mean, like
These poor formats.
we could double check this math, but like Innistrad limited, like original Innistrad, like a 5/1 was playable because it just killed everything.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a 6 mana 4/4
And you mean Kamigawa?
flash.
I believe
No.
I heard you say Innistrad.
Yeah, in Innistrad, which came out maybe half a decade. I don't know the timeline for sure, but about a half a decade later, 5/1s were still playable, because it just killed everything.
Yeah, you couldn't attack with your creatures.
This is a rare. It's a 7-mana 4/4.
Oh, you vey. Never legendary permanent payoff. Oh, the upside down cards.
Yeah, the upside down
Oh,
cards.
these goofy ass looking things.
Yeah.
Good God. What a horrible design space. Kick ass art though.
Yeah. Here is a 4-mana 4/4 with flying.
Whoa.
That says at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you remove a counter from a permanent you control.
Again, funny design space. Abysmal card.
Yeah. Another 6-mana 4/4. Oh, I guess flying though. There's a 3-mana 1/1. There's a 4-mana 2/2.
Well, to be fair, that the 3-mana 1/1 has ninjutsu 1.
They both have ninjutsu.
So
the 4-mana 1/4 with flying.
that was probably pretty good.
Yeah, especially since it mills your opponent and lets you like bounce your lands back to your hand on your opponent's turn, so they can't get their hands better cards to work.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah. This is funny. This is a rare that's not a legendary permanent.
Yep.
Compounding the problem even worse. That
What is it? Oh my God! It's mind control for mana cost 2 or less creature.
yeah. Used
Wow.
to be pretty sick in Modern when Tarmogoyf was like a thing.
So funny.
Yeah. Like the power and toughness, 6/4, still the biggest thing.
Yeah. Huh.
So far.
Wild.
I think we might have seen a 5/5. Kind of glazing pretty fast.
Oh, there's the 5/5.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah, when
prisoner.
it's a 4-mana 5/5. When it dies, sacrifice all creatures you control.
Oh. Okay.
Unless you're playing Ogre Tribal, then you don't sacrifice anything.
Huh.
Well, yeah.
What a
That
wacky
creature's
card.
like pretty big.
Yeah.
This is a 6-mana 5/5, but you have to sacrifice a creature in order to play it.
Mm. Wow.
This is a 9-mana 8/5.
Don't they print like fucking 5-mana 6/6 flying trample with upside now?
Yeah.
And they still don't see play in standard.
Wait, are you talking about Doom Whisperer?
Maybe?
Doom Whisperer saw some play in standard.
Oh, that's cool.
This is a 4-mana 5/5 with trample, and when you put it into play, your opponent casts Show and Tell.
Come on. What? Who thought that was a good idea?
Is it?
It's a 4-mana 5/5 that you can only play when your opponent has no cards in hand.
Yeah. Well, you might get lucky. They technically only Show and Tell for legendary permanents, which of course is the theme. Oh yeah, Jit's also in this set.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh man! It doesn't matter how big a creature is, Jit's in the set.
Yeah.
This fucking
There's a
card.
funny thing I was hearing about on Receivables where Patrick Sullivan and his roommates would play a game so they're playing on Magic Online and they're drafting. Whenever they would draft Jit, there would be a house rule that the only thing you can use with Jit is the game life mode.
Oh.
So it's surprising how many games you can win just by having a Jit with like 4 counters in play, and then your opponent just like has to play around a Jit with 4 counters on it, so they just lose anyways. Like even if you never activate the abilities on it, like
Well, because you just gained 8 life.
yeah, right. Jit's fucked up.
God.
I used to get 2 counters every time.
2 counters, and it doesn't even damage. Oh my god, what a fucked up card!
It's 2 counters, and 2 of the modes do 2. So you get like 4 out of a single hit,
Yeah,
or you kill shit.
it's fucking so much value.
Yeah, old set sucked. So that's the fun of that card of the day.
Yeah, little history lesson, and I don't know, I kind of like it.
Yeah,
Give it like a
there's a little limerick in his, or I guess a chant, literally a chant in his flavor text. Kyoki, eater of minds, corrupter of thoughts, bringer of madness, lord of fear, return by our blood, walk again.
that is not very catchy. I bet it's a lot shorter in ogre.
Almost certainly. Anyways, ready for the workly week?
Yes.
All right. You want to start off?
Yeah. More roulette class. Yay!
Woo! Roulette, roulette, roulette. Sorry, I was trying to hype it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like fun to be in class and learn stuff again.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting better with the smaller payouts. Like I can pay out the smaller payouts faster. It also feels like, especially today, I'm getting better at check racking. I couldn't tell if that was just the like adrenaline high and like 1.5 energy drinks that were in my system
Mm-hmm.
that made it feel like I mucked chips a lot faster.
Yeah.
But we shaved. We got down to 5 minutes and 2 seconds as a team,
Ooh.
which is 2 minutes. A minute and 98 seconds. Good lord,
A
minute and
58 seconds, yeah.
a minute and 58 seconds off of our original time.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But it really that so like mucking chips and keeping essentially triple digit numbers stored in my short term memory is very difficult.
Yeah.
Like trying to add 315 and like 315 and 272 can be a little difficult. Or the like we were talking about earlier where the digit pushes the digit next to it up one.
Yeah.
And then you have to be like okay, let's try this from a different angle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, craps is also really easy if everybody pays a single unit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Really weird experience on craps like a couple days ago.
Do you just only deal craps now?
No.
Oh.
Like once a week maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
I see other dealers on it all the time. Other of the folks
dealers?
from the
Yeah.
most recent class all the time.
So my shift conflicts with both the other people on day shift who show up before me and the people on swing shift who show up after me.
That is really unfortunate.
And I'm part time.
Because you need time on that game to like solidify knowledge. I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine, but
everyone keeps telling me I don't need the practice though, so
well, sure, you might not need it now, but I bet it would be pretty nice to have, huh?
yeah.
Like
I was like
why are like
my
you're being
biggest
punished for being diligent in your studies?
Yeah.
Cool. That's fucking really cool.
Yeah. I don't know, it was weird. I messed up a couple payouts the other day and like I was like in my head I was immediately like, well, if it had been like if I had been on the game once before this last week, maybe I wouldn't mess up this payout.
Yeah.
It's literally just the only thing I thought. Other than, oh shit, the pit boss is watching me. Fuck.
Shit. Piss.
Yeah. So that was neato. I'm also having a really hard time of like pushing the game on because I don't know like when to be like, all right, time to wait for the other dealer to and go, or when to just be like, all right, the dice are in the middle and then the dice are out. Because like sometimes it feels like I can just go immediately, but then like someone's middle bet was there and now it's gone. And then I like start pushing the dice out and then they're like, is that still there? And I'm like, no. Then I pull the dice back, pick it up and put it away. And then I'm like, I should probably put the stick down to do that. But it's like literally a single dollar bet that like probably won't roll. Yeah. So that's my experience with craps. It feels really bad every time I'm there. And I feel like a terrible craps dealer.
I'm sorry.
But good news is I'm not technically a craps dealer yet, so
That's true. This feels inane coming out of my mouth, but have you tried asking them to put you on it more?
No, I don't care that much.
Oh, okay. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, blackjack's also fun.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though. Your opinion can be different.
I mean, I'm still fine with dealing blackjack. I just don't really remember the stories is the main problem.
Yeah.
I just like get there, deal. I'll either talk to the person who's sitting there. Like sometimes I had kind of like an actually like meaningful conversation.
Yeah.
When there was a person at the table who it was just me and them playing heads up, and they were like, "So do you like your job?" And I was like, "Huh, that's a tough question." And I like got into it with them, like actually. And then someone else sat at the table, and then I had to like tone that like way down from being like sharing personal experiences to being like, you know, sorry, when I say turn down, I don't mean it like I'm turning the energy down.
Yeah.
I'm turning how
much you can share.
No, I'm more just turning how focused I am on that one person.
Yeah.
Right? Because I can deal and hold a conversation with one person.
Yeah.
But as soon as that second person sits down, that conversation fucking dies. It's dead.
It's been terminated.
Yeah. Cut off. Done. End of call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I try to like at the very least get it to a semi-logical conclusion, and then I try and engage both players equally.
Yeah.
Right. Which is why it's so much fun when you have like 3 doofuses who all are there to like have a beer and spend $100, and they're all friends, so they're kind of like all on the same wavelength. Yeah. So it's not really like I'm talking to 3 people; it's like I'm talking to one big doofus.
Yeah.
And I can just kind of just say repeat things that they've said, they had told me about their like traumatic free bet experience, and how they're gonna like hear "Sorry boys, push 22" in their nightmares. So of course, whenever I let it sit for a bit, and then I hit out to 22, and I'm like, "Sorry boys, push 22." And they're like, "Oh my god, you can't do this to us!" Or I do the trick where I take a peek, and my body slumps, and I frown, and I turn it over, and I take the card, slide it under, take it out, place it back on top, and continue the hand.
See, that's one of my favorite tricks.
It's so good.
Like the
all-time favorite. The fake out where you're like, I'm really sorry, guys, that I have a blackjack. Just kidding. Anyways,
it's just so good, like, to see how people react to, like, especially if they're complaining, like, the dealer, like, or like when they get a blackjack and they're like, all right, now don't mess this up now, and then I take the card and I put it underneath, and then I put it back over, and I go to the first person, I say the thing.
Oh man. And then you hit out to 21 anyways.
Oh. People the conversation just dies there. Like, I don't know. I try and engage people in like other ways, but like most of the regulars know me now, and I don't know. It's really weird because I used to be doing like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, literally every week. So it was always very busy.
Always the busy regulars.
Yeah. And now I'm getting like only Sunday, Monday, like Tuesday shit.
Oh, so you're not doing anything ever?
Yeah. And it feels super weird.
Oh.
I am getting to know the craps players, though. That's really fun. I want to say stuff to them, but the other people are talking, and I feel like I'm the thing that's holding everybody up, so I'm like, better just, like, deal, you know?
I had a really weird experience with a floor.
Yeah.
And my stance, no matter who my floor is what they told me in class. If my floor tells me to do it, done. Yeah. That's just like, I am absolutely the how high. Don't think, just,
Don't think, just do. Yeah.
just do whatever they tell you.
They tell you to like take out a gun and shoot a customer. You're down.
I mean, they have to give me that gun. The floor told me to.
Yeah.
It's in my employee handbook.
Yeah.
But my floor walks over and picks up first base's houseway hand and sets it. Is like, oh, sets it and places it down and puts the houseway button back on top. And I'm doing everything I can to not look like someone just reached into my tray and put all of the chips into a big like money bag sign with their like pinstripe onesie on and run out the door like and I'm just like, yeah, okay, surely this is something they must be able to do.
Yeah.
Surely this is legal. They wouldn't do me dirty like this. And I just get to their hand, and it's set. Cool. I continue with the hand. And I was just like,
fucking wild.
It was like, it felt like there was like an electrical current going through a circuit, and then somebody spilled jelly inside of it. And I just had to wade through that jelly to continue through the circuit.
One of my floors, they like, a player was like, "Hey, can I play the hand blind?" and then walk away from the table. And then the floor was like, "Yeah, of course." And the dude like plays like does the blind thing, and he's like, "Oh, sorry." They say you have to wait until the cards are dealt to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like I deal the cards to them, and then they're like, "Oh man, I don't know if my hand's good or not." Like they're back like 10 feet smoking. They're like, "Oh man, the tension's so high." And then like the floor like reaches over, grabs the cards, and goes like, "Oh, and then it's good. Don't worry about it." And in my head's just like, alarm. This is not regulation.
Yeah, I also think I'm getting too lenient because the other day, the player wasn't playing the hand blind.
Yeah,
they would look at their cards, but only after, this is on Paigao,
yeah,
I select 2 cards from their hand and peek at them first.
Yeah.
So, of course, he starts off by asking, which 2 do you want to see? In my brain, stops functioning.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What is this? What's happening? Those 2. Just as a defense mechanism. And then he slides them to me. And I'm just like, my floor will tell me, in my head, my floor will tell me to stop if I'm doing something wrong. Pick them up, wait for my floor to look at them, wait for my floor to like cut my fingers off.
Yeah.
My fingers are still there. I do it for like the next 6 hands.
Yeah, I never do that, but I love doing the thing where they like look at their cards one by one, and the last one they're like, "Is it the Jack of Spades?" And I'm just like, no,
not even close.
And then some people have the audacity to ask, "Is it the Joker?" And it's like, you think if it was the Joker, I would have been like,
I'm sorry, it's only the Joker. I'm sorry, you only get 4,000 to 1 and not 8,000 to 1. Sorry. The audacity.
I really love that stuff. But what tends to happen since I'm on day shift is that instead the players have the pit bosses play their hands with them, which is super weird. And like the first time they did it, I looked over and I was like, okay. And then the pit boss was like, don't worry, this is their thing. And I'm like, oh, okay,
sure.
You got me. Like I have nothing to say to that.
Yep. Yep.
I cannot.
You're the literal boss.
You're literally the boss of the entire pit, and yeah,
So
you know,
your word is law.
like I'm not here to fight the fucking pit boss.
Absolutely not. Nope. No conflict for me. Should I save the tournament for a specific? Is that part of work, or is that?
Do you want it to be part of work?
I don't know.
Can you hold it in? Is it bursting from your body?
Wow, you couldn't. You thought that was
Sorry.
so funny.
Sorry.
Are you thinking of a
sorry.
specific reference that I should be getting? Or...
No, I thought it was so bad that I laughed that I even thought of the words, and I was like, no, this can't be me.
Yeah, I'll edge. Yeah.
You got any more work stories?
Any more work stories?
I almost never go to work anymore, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, I go to work so much. Yet we still have the same problem.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Like, it's really hard to remember anything. I just, show up to a dead table. Oh, fuck, I just remembered something.
Oh, I opened up a Paiga table for the first time, apparently.
Huh.
Because I had to start the Paiga shuffler.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I've turned it on. Why isn't it shuffling? What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, apparently you have to perform extra steps.
Like what?
You have to press the green button multiple times.
Oh, no, that just happens sometimes when you turn on any game.
Really?
Yeah. It'll say
Oh.
something like RNG needs to be reseated.
Yeah.
I remember this because one of the pit bosses was like, yeah, sometimes when the machines turn on, you have to tell them to do their fucking job. It's like reseed the RNG, and it's like literally the only thing you do is generate random numbers.
That's such a hilariously bad hot take.
And then one of the floors was like, wait, random number is that what RNG stands for? The pit boss was like, yeah, have you never played a video game?
Oh no! You thought you were outing him, and you were the one who got outed. Have you never played a video game? That's what an extremely fucking audacious retort to that. Was that what RNG stands for? Yeah. You've never played a Mario?
No, it was like the floor genuinely didn't know what RNG stood for.
Yeah. And then the other floor is like,
And then the pit boss was like,
you've never played a video game before? Not all video games have random number generators.
yeah, it was.
That's such a wild interaction.
Yeah.
I'm jealous that you got to see this unicorn and I didn't.
It was really.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, wild.
Absolutely
Enlightening,
wild.
fun,
Is a good. In fact, one might say it's a good story you could tell.
Anyways,
to one another.
Yeah. I tap into Spanish 1, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Tap into this table. First thing I notice, that dude's playing purple. That's a little weird.
That's
and
a
the
bummer.
dealer backs out and says, $100 table, FYI. And I'm immediately like, oh, fuck. $100 Spanish table, let's go.
Yeah. Man, he must have lost his money so fast.
Oh, no.
Oh. No?
Well, I mean, you get those matches, you get those suiteds. Also, he's playing 3 hands, so he also, actually... Sorry. You're too used to normal Spanish players who, stay on their 12s against a face. He was actually almost always hitting until he got 17 or above.
Huh.
Except against 6s and 5s.
I'll ask you, I think I might know who this person is.
Oh.
'Cause I've...
Didn't get their name.
Yeah, but they have a distinct physical description.
Yeah.
That I think...
He was very, very excited to be there. They were having the most fun.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
That redeems you being forced to deal the
It was-
worst game ever made.
It was pretty cool. He was like,
I will say,
he was vibing. He was having a
great-
good time.
Great players trump any terrible table. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what table you're at.
No, this
like-
table was amazing.
Like a fun
it was-
player can just make the whole night.
It was also great. So he's playing all purple, 3 hands going by, and he's saying the thing like, I can't win 3 of them, and I'm like, it goes sometimes, because he's playing.
It do
3
be
hands.
like that
Yeah, it
sometimes.
do be like that sometimes. But he's not saying it in the way that's like, you never fucking
Yeah.
let me win 3.
You-
wrong? Yeah,
You'll never let me win 3 hands in a row.
yeah.
Oh, will I not? Oh, you're right. I won't. Because I hate you specifically.
Anyways, he's not doing that stuff. He's just like, he's saying it in a fun way, like, actually
phooey.
having fun.
I can't seem to win this trio of hands.
Yeah.
Shucky darns.
Yeah, exactly like that. And the best thing ever at the Spanish table is someone walking up and then you go $100 table, and then they're like, oh,
Goodbye forever.
yeah. Is there another Spanish? Yeah.
Is there another Spanish table where I can play these actual real life pennies?
Yeah. It's great. Like, 3
And
people
only
walk
play the
up
match?
while we're 3 people walk up while we're playing, and then just, oh yeah, by the way, $100 table. It was
Yeah.
so great. One dude walked up, he was grabbing his wallet. I was about to say something before. It was like, $100 table, still gonna play? And the guy's just like, oh. Walks away.
No, I'm not insane
Yeah.
or rich.
Yeah. Anyways, at one point, the floor, I can hear behind me, gets set on break, and the other floor comes up. And they're talking, and then, like, floor A, who has been here, says, so I was going to take notes on that guy, blah, 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 blah.
Sure.
And then, goes on break. And the other floor's like, okay, well, then, sure. Walks over, dude, collars up and leaves with, of course, nothing less than, like, $13,000 in purple.
Yeah.
And the floor's like, oh, you were gonna take note on someone playing purple? You were gonna take notes on someone playing
Also-
the fucking table max?
Also, I actually can't say that.
What?
I'll tell you during the break.
Oh, okay. we,
Yeah.
I
It's
guess.
extreme. I can say this. It's fucking extremely important to take notes on someone with that much money on the table.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
guess I'll go do the entire report now. And so this is just fucking. This is like the floor is like angry, and of course the podium's right behind the table. And you
just hear them like, Yosemite Sam. Why is it fucking stupid? Fucking have to.
yeah, I wonder why are you gonna take notes on this?
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Anyways,
Oh.
like 5 minutes go by,
hilarious.
and he's like, "I'm back. I just need to go for a walk, And I'm like, "Oh, sick! I get to do stuff again." Because of course, the floor's taking notes. We didn't change the table minimum.
Oh my god! So people walk up and see an empty $100 Spanish table,
Yeah.
and go, huh? Isn't this usually the table where I play $2 on the match and $5 on the hand? What?
Well, no, it's normally a $10 table, but
Oh, okay.
yeah. But like, I did have a guy walk up, and then me be like, the
Point.
table minimum is $100. Sorry. They're like, oh, bye.
Yeah.
And then dude comes back.
People do that to the $25 minimum table.
Yeah.
They'll sit down and take out their wallet, and I'll be like, $25 minimum? and they're like, no, and they'll like get up and be like, where? And I'll point
I think I've only had that
over
happen once.
to a different table. I probably had
Well-
it happen like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, the $5 table was right next to
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Which is why I did, yeah.
So I just
The
point to
only
that one.
time I've had it happen is a regular walked up and they were like, all right, time to buy in. And I was like, we're at the $25 table? And they were like, oh, it's over there. Sorry, my bad. And I walked away. And I was like, yeah. I did another time. Someone always plays at the $5 table. They walked up and then I was like, $25 table? And they're like, oh, yeah, well, let's play.
Yeah, I've had that happen twice now, where I'm like, oh yeah, just so you know, it's a $25 minimum. And then they pause, look at the $100 bill in their hand, and I'm like, okay, hand it to me.
Yeah. Well,
And
put it
I'm
on the
just
table.
they put it on the table, and then I take it from them.
What casino movies? Bad.
I'm just like, huh?
Okay. Yeah.
I guess you didn't want this $100.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, they don't want it at the $5 table, but at least they don't want it less bad.
Yeah. Anyways, so he comes back. We have some more of this chit chat stuff
Yeah,
going
hell
on.
yeah.
He's like, oh man, the table's basically dead now. I'm just gonna go over to Pygow.
What's the table? Wait.
Yeah. So the floor changes again
Ah.
as the last floor gets. I don't think he gets sent home, but another floor came on.
Yeah.
So swing shift floor is there. It's really funny. They say, "Oh yeah, floor A was going to take notes on this person, but since I decided to do all of it instead, and they're now backfiring at the $100 finish." A very funny line that I very distinctly remember.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, he gets up, walks over to Pygow, literally right there, right? And he's like, he's doing the thing you're not supposed to do at carny games, which is stand. And he's like trying to talk to me and also kind of the floor, who is, of course, female.
Oof.
Big oofs.
Yep.
Big oofs. And then, talking, playing,
Sorry.
going back between talking and playing.
Should be explicitly clear. Not oof, they're female. Oof, it sucks that anyone at the casino, any
Yes.
player at the casino interacting with a female who's also inside of the casino building is oof.
It's very tricky, but the oof thing is definitely not. This is one of my favorite floors. Yeah. Just the oof thing is that they are talking to the floor who they have never talked to before, especially because this one is female.
Yep.
Which is really annoying. Anyways, so they go back to playing their game, and then the floor starts talking to me like under their breath, like, motherfucker, like I was like not gonna come in today because I'm just so like not into work today, and I was like I should just call in because I might get fired if I go to work today. And then this rich motherfucker isn't gonna be the thing that gets me fired. I'm not getting fired over some eccentric rich dude.
Oh man, I hope that floor had a better day.
Me too. Anyways, so I think all the notes are done or whatever, and the floor is like back, and the dude walks up to the $100 Spanish table, and I'm like, $100 minimum, my friend. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I can see if we can get it changed. And I asked the floor, can we change it to a $10 minimum table again? And then the floor is like, yeah, we should be able to do that. And then the guy gets up from Pygow, walks back over, like, all right, I'm back. Pygow wasn't great. And then the floor's like, well, probably not now.
Oh, yeah.
And then the player says, wow, seems like little dick energy, and then picks up his stuff and leaves. Or sorry, I'm sensing some really little dick energy.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
picks up his stuff and leaves. First
What
guy
a-
doesn't seem to care. He even says to the floor, "You can just change it back to a $10 table if you want. Don't do it for me." And the floor's like, "Ha ha 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 ha." It's actually easier for me because then I don't have to talk to my boss about getting table minimum change and
Yeah.
yeah. And then I get tapped out and I go on break.
Woo! Wow, what an incredible push.
Yeah, it was definitely the push I was least bored in all weekend except for craps. Also,
Right.
5-man stick on craps, fucking wild. Do you know what 5-man stick is?
There's 5 dealers at the table?
5 dealers on the string. So it's normally 4 dealers on the string, right? Because there's 3 on the table and then 1 doing a break, right?
Huh.
And then
okay.
you push through the table, right? So someone taps in on stick. Stick goes to first base, or I think it's called. Stick goes to one of the bases.
Yeah. Base
And-
number 1.
Yeah, base.
And then base number 1 goes to base number 2. Base
and
number
then-
2 goes to base number 3. Base
No,
number
no,
3
no.
goes on break.
No, base number 2 goes on break.
Oh,
That's
okay.
that's a normal one. That's a 4-person stick.
Okay.
5-man stick. What do you think happens? What do you think?
There are 2 breakers?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go to stick, go to break, go to first base, go to second base, go to break, go to stick, go to break. You have a 20-minute push and a 40-minute push.
Instead of an hour push and an hour push?
Yeah, instead of hour pushes, you have a 20 and 40 push.
Oh. Yeah, that seems way better.
It's wild. Like 20-minute pushes?
Yeah. They're nothing.
Yeah,
That's 0 time.
especially if you're on like stick.
Yeah. That's like, that's probably like 3 rolls?
Nah, it's you can do a lot of minutes.
Oh, okay.
Especially since the table was like dead and I was trying really hard to go fast.
I guess I'm thinking of roulette and in which we do like, well, at least I guess that was only at first. At first, it was like 3 spins every like 45 minutes.
Yeah. And then now it's like
It's probably like 5.
I was gonna say 5 too. That's yeah. In craft class, it was like a spin, or it was like 3 rolls every push.
Well, it doesn't help that
Yeah.
no one in the class wanted to, learn craps, except you. Like everyone would much rather shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Whereas I think every single person in roulette class showed up early today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was there at I think I was there at 12:15. I walked in with 2 other class members, and by 12:45, we were just practicing dealing roulette with everybody there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's time for a quick break. See you all after the ad. Oh, that doesn't turn it. Hello, everyone. Taking a break from the podcast to tell you all to subscribe to the Patreon at patreon.com/IvanTT. That's IVANTT. It's how you help support the podcast, how we get all of our stuff together, and you get a sick bonus, and that all Patreons with the tier 2 or higher get a shout out. So quick shout out to Thunderbird145, who is our current tier 2 patron. Thank you, everyone, and back to the podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friendship Dawn podcast. We are moving on to the Game Gander. Skylar, you wanted to share your gaming experience over the past week?
So, my game experience is how I was a true gamer. Our company held a Mario Tennis Aces tournament for employees.
Mhm.
I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and then before going to bed wrote a note asking my significant other to wake me up and drive me to, or like take me with them to their work, and then drop me off
At the
at the
at the tournament location.
essentially, yeah. What
Yeah.
is it? A little farther away from the tournament location, but the same building.
Mhm.
So I got like 5 hours of sleep. We stopped by the gas station.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah, not bad. Stopped at the gas station, picked up like a energy drink that is marketed to be healthy. I can't remember what they're called at the moment, but
I'm just surprised it wasn't a bang.
Huh?
I'm just surprised it wasn't a bang.
I got 2 of those.
Oh.
I also got 2 bags. A couple of croissant sandwiches and some corn nuts.
Gotta get those corn nuts.
Gotta get that protein. Yeah, the corn nuts are all right. And so I try and get all my matches out of the way early. I go undefeated in my first like 5 rounds, basically all the way up to the semifinals.
Nice.
Don't lose a single match. Mostly just because the people who are in the tournament don't understand how the game works.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. Kind of. I mean, I don't know. On the one hand, I'm like, oh man, I feel bad. Like, actually just destroying these fools. And I guess that's not really fair, because my like 3rd and 4th opponent both knew quite a few facets of the game. It's weird. I seem to be using a technique that seems really obvious that no one else is using, which is just using like a mini super shot over and over again, and then the other person will use up all their meter to try and block that shot.
Yeah.
And I will earn more meter than them.
Oh.
So I just outpace them, and then when I go to do a mini super shot, they'll use up all their energy trying to block it and fail at blocking the shot.
Huh.
So they'll miss the block, be out of energy, and then I'll get more energy to do the thing, and then that cycle repeats over and over 10 times until I win the match.
Huh. Nice. Well played.
Yeah. One of my opponents I could tell was pretty salty. Which felt kind of good, honestly. I was like, good game, man. And he was dead ass silent.
Yeah.
And barely fist bumped me. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I went to go report.
Yeah.
And then my 5th match was against the owner of the company we work at.
Wow.
So, nice dude. Unfortunately, I did win, so I'll see you at maybe at a different card room, or like out on the street panhandling. I'll probably need gas money at some point.
Also, aren't they the general manager?
I don't.
Not the owner.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess you're right.
Yeah. They manage the casino.
Yeah. They are, and which is why I don't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
No, we talked. Well, I mostly just gabbed during the match, because I won fairly handed. Again, still undefeated.
Yeah.
And then it's the semifinals. It's best 2 out of 3,
Yeah.
double elimination. I'm in the winner's bracket. I go up against the person that I came 2nd place to in the Smash tournament.
Yeah.
We go to match 3 tiebreaker
right? So in a game of tennis,
Yeah.
there's 2 sets, and if you're 1-1 at the end of the 2 sets, you play a tiebreaker, which you alternate. One player serves twice, and then the other player serves twice.
Yeah.
It's first to 7 points, but as in all tennis matches, you have to win a game by 2 points.
Yeah.
So we go to tiebreaker, go to deuce, and then my opponent gets the victory.
Yeah.
To win the match. So I get sent to the losers bracket.
Mm-hmm.
I then win the losers bracket, get put up against the same person again,
Yeah.
who hasn't had a fight since,
Mhm.
or hasn't had a match since.
Yeah.
Win the match, and then I have to play him in another match
I
because
hate when
he
they do that in double
gets
elimination.
put into the losers bracket and then plays me,
Yeah.
and then I win that match. I win 4 matches in a row
Yeah.
to take home the tournament victory and a Nintendo Switch OLED.
Yeah. I hate it when double elimination tournaments are like, well, this person hasn't lost yet, so you're going to have to literally fight the same person again a second time.
I mean, to be fair, like, as long as they I would have, if I was already planning to argue, like if they were like,
Yeah.
okay, well, Skylar, you win this match. I was already planning to be like, well, shouldn't my opponent be given another match that we have to play through because it's double elimination?
Yeah.
Because I did lose to them.
Yeah.
I already lost one of my matches to them.
Yeah.
Why do you hate it?
It's just like I find it annoying. So it's like it's a final round, but it's not actually. And like the person who's in the losers bracket has such a daunting task that they might as like it feels so bad that their chances of winning are like basically decreased by like how far behind they are, because in order to get to this point they need to have almost always, not 100%, but like something around like 70 to 80% of the time lost to the person they're playing in the finals anyways. Yep. So like it just feels really weird. Like there's a moratorium on the match because it's a best 2 out of 3, but somebody starts with a game win.
Mhm.
And they've had a hour break beforehand.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's so slanted in the favor of someone who, like, it's already slanted in the favor for the person in the winner's bracket, and then you just like add another layer. Right? Like, and I guess like, yeah, that's what they, right? Like hypothetically, yeah, that's what they got by winning the winner's bracket, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, they also got a lunch break though, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of wild that they also just, get to can like just not play the first match,
Mm-hmm.
and just try and like fuck with me, right? Like it's just
That makes sense.
Yeah, the setup of the system is like annoying to me. Not that I think it's wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but if I were to run like a double
double
elimination
elimination
tournament, I would always have the finals be loser loses and winner takes it,
I guess.
rather than okay,
And just
well,
also
now the winner of the winners bracket
so
plays or gets moved to the losers bracket, right?
yeah. So part of me is like, well, then that feels bad for the person who went undefeated in the winners bracket because they did all this hard work just to lose to the person who won in the losers bracket who they've already beaten, right? So they're good.
Yeah.
It's a best between those two players. It's a best 2 out of 3, and then they're 1-1, and their opponent wins. But also,
Oh.
I can't imagine being my opponent losing 4 straight matches
Yeah.
after I just beat them and they had an hour break.
Yeah.
Like, being in that position must feel like a waste of time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Mathematically, it works out. I don't know. I would be interested in seeing some like extra game theory on this,
yeah.
on like the setup of tournaments, and like seeing a survey of like player satisfaction for different styles of tournaments.
I don't know. I always thought it was weird because like the Smash people, they do double elimination tournaments, right?
Okay.
So sometimes they would do the double thing, and then sometimes they wouldn't.
Was it specified when they would and wouldn't in the tournament?
So it was the Ghost Quarter weekly one, right?
Yeah, sure.
So
I
we
figured.
didn't set that up, and no one like would tell us before. It might have been who was running the tournament. It might have been between which player was like running it with me or something like that. But like it felt to me, and this isn't 100% right.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember for sure. They might have always done the double, like the double.
2 lives.
Yeah, the 2 live things. But the only time I was paying attention, the person with 2 lives just won the first one and like wiped it.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like to me when someone they didn't like was at the top of the losers bracket, they would have to win twice against the winner of the winners bracket. But otherwise, it would just be like over, right? And of course, they're all friends. Not like didn't like as in like,
Yes.
oh, I never want to see this person. But like didn't like as in, oh, that guy's kind of like a spammer and like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bad matchup, and I don't like their play style. Their play style is really annoying.
Yeah.
Yes, I would really hope that the Smash community in our community doesn't cheat.
It also
I don't want to live in that timeline.
Yeah. It might have been like It might have been like an honor thing where like, they're good friends, they want to go home an hour early. Oh, we'll just play one match and then I'll give it to you.
Also,
right?
Something that was really bizarre about the tournament is that so there are tennis stages with hazards.
Excuse me?
Yes. Okay. So imagine you're playing a game of tennis.
Yeah.
Now imagine that every 3 seconds a bomb explodes on the ground and stuns your character.
Ooh.
Or I don't know, you're playing a game of tennis and you hit the ball and it goes into one portal and out the other. And they're just floating around the middle of the tennis court. And if your ball happens to land in one of the portals, it comes out at the same angle, same speed out the other. Including if the portal's up in the air.
Yeah.
Or you hit it with the super shot. Or imagine you're playing a game of tennis and a plant pops out of a pipe and eats your ball. And then spits it out on your opponent's court in a random direction at a preset speed. Sometimes the plant spits out a super shot that can break your racket. Also, imagine you're playing tennis and your racket breaks and you've only got 2. And if your 2 rackets break, well, no more tennis for you. You're dead. It's a knockout victory for your opponent.
So long.
Yeah, Mario Tennis Aces is a wild game.
Were they playing with tennis hazards?
Tennis hazards and racket KO.
And
which meant that... Okay, so...
Because I know when I was watching you practice and you were neither playing with hazards nor racket KO.
Yeah, because I thought this would be, I don't know, a competitive tournament. And
It was competitively wild.
Yeah, no, that's actually what the tournament runner said. Was like, yeah, we decided to put Stage Hazard on for that extra Mario craziness. And I was just like, but when we were playing Smash, we don't play with items on, or stage hazards,
Yeah.
or non-competitive stages.
Yeah.
Noted. Also, when I played against the person who was running the tournament,
Yeah.
they just went to random stages, and both of our matches did forget to turn hazards on.
Oh.
And I was like,
funny.
hey, just so you know, hazards aren't on. And they were just like, whatever.
Huh. Wild.
And it seems like something that they would do maliciously.
Yeah. I don't think they would do
as,
it malicious.
As somebody who is in the room looking at them, watching them go click, 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 click on their A button to skip through the stage select and to get to the match faster.
Yeah.
They definitely just forgot twice in a row.
Yeah.
And then me and the person I was facing in the finals were just like, well, he offered it first. They were like, hey, you want to have like a gentlemanly agreement? And I was like, elaborate? He was like, oh, just do like regular stages, no hazards. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because there's a stage where, like, imagine you're playing tennis and
The sun attacks you.
no, like a person carrying some luggage runs across the stage. And if you hit him, it changes the trajectory of your shot and makes it so your shot is bad. Also, imagine that while that is happening, it's like a crowd of people, and some of them are carrying tennis rackets and will hit the ball back at you.
See,
Which
I
you'd
would have
think,
been much more excited for this Mario Tennis tournament if I knew we were gonna play with the hazards on.
yeah, that's funny. Be like, yeah, it's
Anything
or
can happen.
Imagine you're playing tennis and there's a big pole in the middle of the net, just sitting right there.
Always?
It's just a big pole in the middle of the net at all times, forever, that the ball can ricochet off of
Nice.
and just completely fuck up trajectories.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
I love it. I love it.
No, the worst stage by far is the one where there are people running across because they're running across very quickly, and anytime it comes into contact with the basic Mario enemies, it makes the shot terrible, and also telegraphs where the shot is going to end up for your opponent, and also will sometimes just end up out of bounds. So you'll just be like, okay, a shot. Normally this would go in.
Yeah.
But because it ricocheted off of a Koopa carrying luggage, and it bounced in a random direction,
It's out.
it's out, and my opponent gets a point. Also, you'd think that an enemy carrying a racket that hits the ball back at you would be a bad thing. It's actually incredibly good for you because it gives you more chances to farm meter. So your opponent is like readying a shot and then just watches you get meter, and then is like readying a shot and then watches you get more meter, and then is like, when do I get meter? And the answer is, I don't know, because hazards are on, and it's fucking Calvin Ball.
Want to hear about my new game?
Yes.
I bought Lego Marvel Superheroes.
What?
I bought Lego Marvel Superheroes.
Did you now?
Yeah.
For what?
To play. What do you?
No.
It's a video game.
Sorry, for what?
Oh, for my computer.
Oh, sorry. I was under the impression that you bought a physical case of Legos that you would...
No. I bought the game Lego.
I know, it's a video game.
Yeah, I bought it for my computer. That's what I said. It's on Steam.
I've just never liked any of the Lego games, to be honest with
Really?
you. Yeah.
Aw, that's sad.
They're just...
I wanted to play Lego Star Wars. It's a 2-player game.
That's
A co-op game you want to play with me?
Yeah, really easy. You know, like you barely have to think.
Yeah.
Really funny. Hulk like can't build Lego bricks because he's too stupid. Yeah,
Oh.
I think
That's-
it might also just be because he's big. Big characters can't build, but
isn't that the thing you do with Legos?
well, yeah. But so
There's
there's
also
a lot.
combat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's basically a puzzle game.
Yeah.
So everybody has their own thing. Like Iron Man can shoot rockets, which will destroy silver bricks. Spider Man shoots webs, which allows him to fly. And there's like little tabs.
Hook shots?
Yeah, that you can like pull on, and then like he can pull on them, and then like open things.
Yeah.
Basically. And
Each of them has a different Legends
Yeah.
of Zelda piece of equipment.
yeah, and Hulk can pick up big things.
Yeah.
There's like
The
there's also like a thing that's like smart characters can use panels. Yeah, it's really interchangeable though, because like Iron Man also sometimes, depending on which version of the suit he's in, has like a heat ray that melts gold bricks, and then Iron Man can also fly. A lot of them can fly, surprisingly enough.
almost as if a lot of Marvel superheroes can fly.
Yeah. Hawkeye can also do the explodey thing.
Oddly enough, not a character that can fly.
Yeah. They give you characters that can't fly, so that you have to solve puzzles to make it so they can get to the end of the level. Oh,
Yeah.
Spider-Man has Spidey sense, so like you get close to a place and you hit like his Spidey sense button,
Aw.
and then it lights up like a thing you can walk on. Wolverine also has Spidey sense.
But it's Wolverine sense.
Yeah.
I was really hoping Spidey sense was like a counter that you could do in combat.
No. Combat is actually like the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah, you just mash.
Yeah.
It's like a beat 'em
pretty
up,
much.
but like the basest form of beat 'em up.
Yeah, they also like they have special animations if you like beat them up right, but
Yeah, do a combo.
yeah, where they like there's one where Captain America like spins a shield and the dude like looks at it and then like he does a trick with it and then the enemy like claps their hands and be like this and then Captain America just punches them in the face while the shield's in the air and they die.
Oh,
But if you have like projectile weapons, you can just hit like the X button and then mouse over all of them, and then it'll just shoot all of them.
and they'll all die, and
Yep.
you'll be done with it.
There's a surprisingly large amount of horde combat, which is kind of annoying.
Ah.
In superheroes at least. There's also like a bunch of button mashing for some reason. I don't know, like
This is a Lego game, man.
I guess,
What?
yeah.
It's like
it's
I don't
been
know.
really fun so far. I'm like 5 levels in. The levels are like pretty long
You're playing this on stream or just in your free time?
in my free time.
How much was this video game? Oh, okay. Never mind. That actually answers. That actually makes significantly more sense as to why you bought this video game.
Really?
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I
Cheap,
was
and I've
under
already
the
played it
impression
for,
that
like-
this was a $40 to $60 title. I was like, why would you buy that when there are like
$20 and I've
so
already
many-
spent like 6 hours on it.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's $20.
Yeah. It's, a lot of fun too. Also,
I'm
it
happy
turns
for you.
out Venom is Hulk and Spider-Man and also Wolverine.
Cool.
Oh, and Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Venom basically does everything. So if you ever go back into a level to collect any of the items, you should just always use Venom.
Venom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there is that character in every Lego game.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this is just the character you should just always play as
Yeah.
once you unlock them.
I got like Venom at the end of level 2 though. It was weird. It's also really weird how you unlock people. Also, it told me I unlocked a character, and then I was like, "Oh, cool!" And then it didn't let me play the character, and I was like, "Did I not unlock them?" And then, no, I didn't. Apparently,
Oh, weird.
it told me that I
It wasn't
unlocked
like
it.
a level restrict, like, oh, this level won't allow this character. I
Maybe
thought that was a thing in Lego Star Wars.
that might have been it. I don't know. It was
Weird.
it was the level with that bad guy in it. That might have been why.
Oh.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
perhaps.
Um,
It's a lot of fun though.
hell yeah. I've been playing League
But, yeah.
of Legends.
My biggest problem with League of Legends is that I can never afford runes.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just playing like level 9, maybe?
Oh.
8.
You should hit me up sometime. Get together.
Okay.
I mean, I know it'll never, but we can think about playing together.
Well, I could probably like go home and we play a game. Not like right now.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Okay. Well, unless you don't want to do that.
I didn't. By some time, I didn't mean like tonight. You know?
Yeah. Well, you just made it seem like it was you said it was never going to you said the words, I know it'll never happen.
Well, yeah.
So
that's like most things, right? Like when are we both gonna be able to play League of Legends? And wouldn't we rather just watch Yu-Gi-Oh? Like,
I don't know, on a day before work.
oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we should do that sometime.
Okay.
See, I was just thinking that you like woke up at like 7:30 and work.
No, I try to. Okay, so it'll have to be after roulette class.
Yeah.
And I try to wake up at like 4 so that
Yeah.
I can. Well, lately I've been waking up at 4 so that I can shower before my girlfriend gets home,
Yeah.
and then me and my girlfriend play Stardew Valley before I
Yeah.
go to work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure I can slot in a couple days where we can play League or I
Okay.
don't know, something online.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's just some.
Can we play that Fun Kingdom game? We would
Yeah.
probably have to do Steam Route play though.
Yeah, or you would need to buy that
Steam Route play
game.
kind of sucks. How much does that
Yeah.
game cost?
It was like $15 when it was on sale. I don't know. I'm not off the top of my head. I don't know. I've just been playing Soma as a
Yeah.
Sona. Sorry, not Soma. Not the horror video game I don't like, but I think is critically acclaimed. Maybe.
Ooh,
I
like
don't know.
criticals.
I find that game dismal.
I'm
Like a
hypercritical.
walking of some. Never mind.
Ready to move on to the movie minute?
Sure.
All right, the movie of this week is Encanto. Spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead.
The rest of the video is probably gonna be
We
about.
don't talk about Bruno, no. A fun musical adventure. It's got like infinite, super cool female
Protagonist.
protagonists.
Yeah.
The music is pretty good. I don't know if I would listen to any of it like on my own time.
I really like We Don't Talk About Bruno, but past that, I don't.
The
Surface Pressure?
Yes, surface pressure. I love how all I had to do was flex my muscles and you knew it was surface pressure.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember the name. Louisa's song is almost there. The tempo is just too slow.
Yeah.
But I really like the content of the song. I also love that everyone feels the need to express all of their feelings to
That's her superpower.
I guess, yeah.
Everybody else gets to do
I know, I
superpowers.
just think
And
that
her superpower is that she's incredibly human.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't. Again, that's not her. She just, by virtue of not having magical powers,
Yeah.
is empathetic to problems that people have.
Yeah.
Unlike, a person whose life may or may not be literally perfect,
Yeah.
which is
What
how
the
she is introduced.
What is her name?
Marguerite?
Margarita? No.
No, it's not Margarita.
Margaret. Fucking
Uh,
Encanto.
Encanto.
Cast.
Well, Cast may not get it because Cast is going to get you. Maribel.
Maribel's the main
Maribel.
character.
Yeah, Maribel's the main character.
Yeah. Oh, Isabella. That's her
Isabella
name.
is
Yeah.
yes, the flower girl.
Yes.
I don't know. Also, so I was arguing with this. I was arguing with Jess about this. I think the movie's great. The ending is fine. I feel like it would have been a more interesting story
if they wouldn't have gotten the magical house and all their magical powers at
Okay,
the end.
okay, me fucking too. And
Like,
I tried
they-
to explain this to the people because I watched the movie twice in the last week.
Okay.
And I'm like, so, but like getting the magic back is kind of like,
So I understand why they, well, one, it's a Disney movie, it needs to have a happy ending for people to feel good about it.
well, but it already has a happy ending.
No.
Before-
Well, yes, but it's still, it's
The
a
happy
bittersweet
ending
ending.
is that the family gets the
Yes.
neighborhood to build to help them
But
build their
you-
house because of all the
You need the feel-good moment of seeing them regain their magical power to fulfill that need in an audience, like, of children and, you know, parents, right? The movie needs to be, like, easily digestible, right? So at the ending, they get all their powers back and they get the magical house back. Also, side tangent, love, an inanimate object with personality.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Herbie, fucking this house. I would die for this house. I would fucking die for this house. It like shuffles the floorboards to roll the kids out from under the bed, and like knocks the clock over to like show you, oh, it's door time. And like is sing-songy with the little panels.
Yeah.
And like saves people, and like love a house, love an inanimate object with personality. Mwah. Choice. But I just feel like it's a more interesting story. Oh wow, that's actually extremely helpful.
Yeah.
That family tree. It's just a more interesting story if if like the punishment for failing to uphold familial love is that they don't get their cool superpowers and magical living house back.
Yeah.
Like
It feels like
the bittersweet ending is that they are a family again. They have to live with having lost this like incredible strength that they've gotten from the sacrifice of Abuela's husband
yeah.
and their grandfather. Like
Yeah.
What is her name? Maribel?
Maribel? Yeah.
Maribel sees the vision, sees that it can go one of two ways. Her fate is up in the air,
Yeah.
and we follow the timeline that is she fails.
Yeah.
In the confrontation between her and Abuela,
Mm-hmm.
she chooses violence.
Yeah.
It is like, you're the reason why it's your fault.
Yeah.
Instead of choosing to try and empathize, she loses to her like anger
Yeah.
and destroys the love of her family,
Yeah.
which they do end up rebuilding because they're family and they love each other.
Yeah.
And that's a bittersweet ending. They have lost that miracle and that sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just have to live as people in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And instead, it's like, congratulations.
You did it.
Congratulations. You've suffered long enough without
Being able to talk to animals.
being immortal and
Wait, who's immortal?
well, all and any physical ailment
Oh,
is,
yeah.
broken.
Yeah.
Your arm is broken. Have a pancake and a cup of tea.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have.
Sorry.
Sorry. Don't mean to sound. I'm
No.
joking there. Yeah.
I was trying to Americanize something that is
Yeah.
very clearly from a different type of culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like you also have any kind of, again, just the whole like, oh, these superpowers are fucking busted.
Yeah.
A man can walk up to a living deity and ask them to reroute the river.
Yeah.
Hey, Louisa, can you reroute the river, please?
My house is tilted over. That was so wild. All the
Louisa,
stuff.
I've noticed my house. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
She picks up a whole building
and moves. Why does she move the church? Why is the church moved?
How often does she reroute the river that someone's just like, yeah, can you reroute the river
That's
again?
right. I forgot to write it down, but now that I'm seeing you in passing, I do remember I need you to completely destabilize an entire ecosystem using your bare hands.
So true,
Anyways,
so true.
I'm going to go deliver a bunch of fireworks to a magical talking living house.
Yeah. Also, man, these powers, right? You know, I heal people's wounds.
Yeah.
My sister, if she gets mad, fucks everybody's day.
Yeah.
Because the thing
Controls the weather, but not really.
she controls the weather, but actually, she fucks up the weather depending on how she's feeling.
We also never see her use this power productively. We only see this power used negatively constantly.
Yeah.
She is always accidentally raining on herself, or accidentally raining on others, or causing thunderstorms, or causing a hurricane for her own wedding.
Sorry, you did miss the very brief point at the beginning when they're
when she's introduced.
and she is using the morning rain to water the crops.
Yeah. And then immediately is like, or Maribel is like, yeah, if she gets upset, the temperature gets weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
just unfortunate that
like
she,
her power
she's a
is
bad
actually
character.
a curse.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to feel what you feel because we can't really have a hurricane right now. Sorry.
Yeah. That is kind of fucked up.
Right? That's fucking wild.
Also, if you have the, it's so well. Oh man, also, some of these powers are so, like, okay, the ability to transform into any other person
yeah, shapeshifting.
seems like you would lose yourself, or I don't know. So one of them has the ability to shapeshift into anyone, and one of them has the ability to hear everything that's said in the community.
Yeah.
That's really weird. I feel like I don't know. How do you, okay, it's great that they're all friends and everything. How do you learn to ever trust someone? Ever.
I mean, you got a point there.
Like, you
but
can't really
it's because
ever
it's-
talk dirty, right? Ever. Because the kid that lives in the magical talking house will hear you have sex.
Yeah.
And this like person who you've been within a relationship for a very long time, you show a lot of skinship to. Oops, that's a child. By the way. Oh, that is an 11-year-old child who is pretending to be that person so that again, I am
So
I'm imagining
I'm
this is also
imagining that-
earlier in the timeline.
Yeah.
Because I think he seems
like-
more like a teenager.
Oh, he's 15.
Okay, that seems about right.
Wow, that's I'm a lot. Oh god, I thought
What?
Camille was a lot older than
Who's
he
Cam-
actually is.
Wait, who's Camille? Oh,
the
really?
shapeshifter? Yeah,
How old did you think Camille was? Like 18?
like 23.
What? No, he's a kid.
Yeah, I don't know. How old is Lisa?
Lisa's probably like
Magical age.
18, maybe. I don't know. She's
19?
Yeah.
Wild. I thought they were.
She's just big.
Sorry. I thought they were a big like. Sorry, I thought the age gap between the kids was larger.
Oh,
That's the problem. Like, I understood Mirabelle was probably not that old, right? Like 15, that's about what... I didn't think she would be the same age as Camille, who is her cousin. Who is her oldest cousin.
I
Wait,
can
is
see that.
Dolores
She
older?
seems a lot much.
Yeah. But also, we don't get to see a lot of the cousins. Dolores is 21.
21.
Wait, is Isabel the oldest sister then?
I would hope that she's old.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Oh, they're the same age.
Yeah, this
they
makes more
twins?
sense. No, they're not twins. They're
No,
cousins.
They're oh, that's right. They're cousins.
Yeah.
Duh. Huh.
Okay, yeah, this is kind of making sense. I was just off on who was the oldest.
Cousin slash
Yeah.
sibling.
I had about the right age for everybody except Camille, who I was off by a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
But to be fair, the reason I tried to justify that is because shapeshifting is a really weird ability for a kid to have,
Yes.
and a lot more sensible for an adult to have.
Yeah, right? Like, they even do that little gag where he is pretending to be his sister.
Yeah, his
To try and
sister
sell
get more food.
Yeah, to try and sell more food. Or get more food. I don't know. I guess I
Get
don't know.
seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he's doing in that scene.
Mhm.
Which is like, I don't know. Again, how do you trust anyone in that community? And also, how do you do, like, I don't know. The child is described as being able to hear anything that happens in the entire Encanto.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
A fun time.
Also, the moment that
Also,
Maribel-
wait. Okay. Also, I feel like I've been tricked here. So I had a pretty good idea of Mirabelle was like 13 to like 15, right?
she just seems mature. I thought she was like 17 to maybe 18.
No, I thought she was like 13 to 15.
Okay, sure.
All right. So, she hasn't known Bruno basically her entire life. But Camille in the song does the older brother thing of like, oh, he's actually a really scary dude. Like, if you'd been around to know, like, you'd be terrified.
Oh, I
But
just
they're
assumed.
the same age.
Yeah, I assumed that he was singing that song because Bruno has been stigmatized since he received his gift,
I guess.
right?
Well, but he was
So-
essentially like 5 when Bruno
So-
left.
Um,
Or I guess we can't say 5 exactly here. How old is Antonio? Antonio Madrigal age. Yeah. Camille knows nothing about Bruno. He was like 5 when Bruno left.
but he knows the stories. Like, he knows that you're not supposed to talk
He
about Bruno.
knows just as much about Bruno as Mirabelle.
No, he's a part of. Well, one, he's a part of Bruno's family, so no. Or sorry, not
Part of
Mirabelle.
Bruno's family. He is. Bruno is his uncle?
Yeah. Bruno is also Mirabelle's uncle.
What?
This is Camille. This is Mirabelle.
Oh.
They're the same age. They have the same uncle.
Yeah. That is weird.
Right?
Yeah, why does Camilo know more about Bruno than Maribel? Just because they needed to make sense in the story. They wanted
Yes,
him to give Milo.
Also, his
like-
shapeshift is really good. Like,
What? A perfect shapeshifting?
no, when he turns into Bruno and is like, tries to scare her.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, I think
Oh,
it adds
okay.
character to both Camille, and it's a pretty good scene.
Okay.
Also, he can shapeshift like rats onto his back. Pretty
No,
fucking wild.
that's just song props. That doesn't
I like-
actually happen in the musical. Like, she doesn't actually stop time and talk to all of her family members about how she's secretly hurting immeasurably inside.
I mean,
about
yeah, I know. I know.
like-
I know. It's just
That soliloquy is so weird. Because, like, it transitions into this vision that she has of the house. It's,
no, that actually happened.
yeah.
Didn't it?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
It
happens
cut
during
her
that
hand.
whole-
It actually happened. It's just that Bruno was really fast and patched up all the house.
No, that wasn't Bruno. That was. I don't remember what he says. Who he says patched up the.
Pascal.
Pascal. Yes, that was Pascal. That wasn't Bruno. That was Pascal, and he's not afraid of anything. Also, Bruno, S tier character, best character of the film.
I love
Absolutely.
Bruno,
Invents television, patches up the house, loves family, is like a cool uncle. Also sees the future and is plagued by the futures he sees immeasurably. Also sees the future and believes adamantly in superstition.
Yeah.
which has to be because he can see the future,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, and that changes. Oh man, that's so funny.
I really like Bruno and all that comes with Bruno.
I also, oh man, they did the great thing, which is they have someone who prophesizes what's going to happen,
Yeah.
but then it's like your fate's up in the air. You know, it's not like here is what's set in stone going to happen. It's messy and I can't quite tell.
Yeah.
That could be, you could be hugging, you could be fighting. It's 50-50. You're embracing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I hate prophecies that are set in stone.
Yeah.
Not fun or interesting.
Agree.
Um,
It is a prophet. Sorry, I watched a video about this once, and someone explained if a prophecy is literally just an outline for your book, there's then there's probably something wrong with the prophecy in your book.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Also, even though I knew it was coming, I really, really liked the scene where, and who's the Speak with Animals kid?
Antonio?
Yeah, Antonio gets his gift. It's like, I don't know, it's such a feel good moment.
Yeah.
And it's the scene where he like plays with all the animals and stuff is really cool. And
Yeah.
even though the moment that Maribel says, "You're an animal kid, so I got you this thing," I was like, oh, he's 100% getting a gift. That is Chekhov's stuffed leopard right there. That kid is getting an actual leopard.
Yes.
Like 100%.
Pretty sure it's a tiger, but actually it might not be a tiger. I don't
It
know.
was spotted. I was pretty.
Oh,
I was
tigers
pretty,
are striped. Yeah.
Pretty sure it was a leopard.
No, I'm wrong. You got me. All right. Feels like we're hitting the friendship dusk part of the podcast. Got any closing thoughts for us today?
Oh no, that was a closing thought for the last one. Yeah, it really is just we don't talk about Bruno. No. It's jammed inside my prefrontal cortex, just
Nice.
and stuck there, living rent free.
Nice.
That and Ace Attorney's shoot, what's it called? Pursuit.
Yeah.
Probably like my favorite Ace Attorney sounds.
Sorry, this
Or
just
song.
reminds me of the Jello Apocalypse video playing Ace Attorney. And then they're like, what's the murder weapon? And he clicks on the murder weapon, and the game's like, wrong. Because you have to select the wrong answer and listen to how it's the wrong answer before you can select the actual murder weapon.
Uh-huh.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good one.
See you all in the future.